Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kara, and I do horror movie reviews. And today we're going to talk about a horror franchise that is becoming one of my favorite horror franchises out there, and that's Smile. We're going to be talking about Smile 2 and why it was so much scarier. Like the visions were a lot more vivid and scarier than the first one. I also have some theories about the second Smile. Stay tuned for that. Don't know if you guys will agree with me, but just hear me out. I have a theory. But before that, if you like this video, please like it. It would really help me out because then it's going to push the video to other horror fans. So, yeah, if you like it, please like the video. So, Smile 2 is a sequel to the first Smile, and I think we were all surprised at how good these movies are. I don't think we had high expectations for the Smile franchise. It was kind of giving Truth or Dare, but they are really, really good. I love them. I will say, I don't know if this is a hot take, but I did like the first one better than the second one, but that's okay. The second one is still good. It's still a very strong franchise. Directed by Parker Finn and starring Naomi Scott, we follow Skye Riley, a pop star who unfortunately inherits the smile curse. So I'm going to give a brief overview of the plot. Then I'm going to talk about the visions and why I think they were a lot scarier than the first one. And then I'm going to talk about a theory that I have. So the second one starts off with Joel from the first one, who is Rose's ex-boyfriend, and he is about to go into a drug dealer's home, and I think he's about to unalive someone in front of someone because that's how you break the curse. And it is 6 days after Rose's unaliving, and we follow him as he tries to break the curse. He then ends up getting hit by a car, and the scene, if you know, it's so brutal. Like you see basically severed body parts and so much blood everywhere, and it is a wild intro. I did like the intro from the first one better, but still, this is still good. The intro from the first one is just, oh, it's just so good. It's chef's kiss. So then, one of the drug dealers who was in the drug house, unfortunately, inherits the curse, and he passes it on to Skye Riley, who is a pop star. She has been through a lot in the past year. She was in a car accident that killed her boyfriend. They were both under the influence, and unfortunately, he died. She survived, and now she's trying to revamp her pop career, and she is doing a comeback tour. A lot of this movie revolves around the tour. Like, the tour is very important. Now, because of the car accident, Skye is having a lot of back issues, but because she has substance abuse history, none of her doctors will subscribe what she says. No one will prescribe anything stronger than Tylenol, but she's in a lot of pain, so she needs something to relieve the pain. So she goes to this drug dealer's house to get substances, and this guy ends up unaliving himself in front of Skye in, again, another brutal unaliving. And she inherits the curse. She is cursed, and now she is seeing things. She doesn't call the police either when she sees him unaliving himself. So she is not only seeing things, but she has, again, a lot of guilt from seeing him unalive himself and just running away because, again, the tour, we can't have anything ruin the tour. So she runs away after seeing him unaliving himself. So throughout the movie, we see her having a lot of visions, and they are a lot more vivid and scarier than the first Smile. But why were these visions a lot scarier and more vivid than the first one? Uh, I think it's because Skye was in a much darker place. So Rose had her traumas for sure. We know that she witnessed her mom ODing. She didn't do anything about it. We know because she was afraid of her mom, and she didn't do anything about it. She has a lot of guilt. But Rose was dealing with it in a lot healthier way. Rose herself was a therapist, and she saw a therapist regularly. So her mental health was a bit more in check. That trauma did not help her from her childhood. But she was on the road to having a great mental health. Skye was not dealing with her mental health in a healthy way. She was turning to substances to try to help her heal. She also had a more recent trauma. So the car accident, that I think she had so much guilt about her boyfriend dying in the car accident. They were both under the influence, but I think it was Skye that turned the wheel and they end up crashing the car. And I just think she has a lot of guilt from that. She also, I'm sure, had more traumatic things happen in her past. And that's why she was turning to substances. We don't know what that was. But with a recent trauma like that, she had PTSD. She also had so much pressure about the tour. Like her mom was a manager, was putting so much pressure on her. It didn't really seem like her momager cared about her mental health. Like it was more the tour. The tour was just so important. Now, this entity or demon, I think, thrives on negativity. It thrives on people like Skye, who have a lot of darkness that haven't healed, and she's using substances to heal. Again, Skye was on the road to recovery. She was going cold turkey, but that is very hard to do. So I think that when the demon or the entity, I'm going to call it a demon, I think it's a demon. When the demon went into Skye, it didn't have to do much to break her because she was already so broken. And because of this, this caused all these vivid hallucinations that were a lot scarier than Rose's. Demons thrive on negativity and darkness. So again, it just had a field day with Skye. I do think, though, that it also had a great time breaking down Rose because Rose was mentally stable. She had a great job, had a great life. She was going to therapy regularly. And I think the demon had a great time breaking her down, seeing her down spiral because her life went from good to awful. Like she just completely down spiraled. And I think the demon loved doing that. So there's this question, does it get stronger with each person that it goes through, or does it depend on the person? Does it depend on the person's mental health? You know, the worse the mental health, the better the time the demon has in the mind of that person. I think it depends on the person. I don't necessarily think it gets stronger with each person. I think it depends on the person's mental health. I think with Rose, it had to break her down a little bit more. I had to try a little bit to break her down. Whereas with Skye, like I said, he didn't have to do anything and he had a great time just seeing her down spiral. And it was so easy because she was already in a dark place mentally. But what do you guys think? Do you think that it gets stronger with each person? Let me know. So I have a theory about the movie. You guys let me know what you think. So there is that scene in the first half of the movie where Skye is looking in the mirror. She's wearing that bodysuit and I think it's before a show, and she sees Lewis, the drug dealer who passed the curse onto her. She sees him behind her and she freaks herself out. Then her team comes in and she's like, I'm not going on stage because you can see my scar through this bodysuit. So I don't think that anything after that scene actually happened, and it was all in her head. The meet and greet, that never happened. We know that the conversations with Gemma, that actually didn't happen. We know that. The guy that she meets, was it Morris? He never existed. That never happened. When she was admitted to the hospital, that never happened. And the freezer scene, that never happened. Because the last scene where the demon is killing her or going inside her, she is wearing that same bodysuit. She sees people in the crowd cheering her on, and that all the people in the crowd were the same people that were in that came in and were telling her that she looks great in the bodysuit. So I don't think anything, like basically the whole movie, it didn't happen and it was all in her head. So yeah, the whole movie basically was all in her head. They were all creepy visions. And okay, I know this is a very common trope in horror movies, like it was all in your head or it was all just a dream. But with this one, I think it works because there's such a strong theme of mental health and mental illness that it works with the movie. And there's just so much depth to each character, to Rose and to Skye, that this absolutely works. And we see their history, we see why they are battling these inner demons. And they're literally battling an actual demon. So that last scene where she stabs a microphone in her eye, the whole arena watches. So I guess everyone in the arena has the curse, right? So I wonder what they're going to do for the third one. Are they going to follow one person? Are they going to follow multiple people? I just wonder how that's going to happen. And I cannot wait because I just think this franchise is so strong and it keeps getting stronger. But let me know what you guys think. Do you agree that it was all just a vision? It was all in her head? Also, let me know, did you like the first one or the second one? Because it seems to be very divided. I feel like people are liking the second one better. I don't know. That's just the vibe I get, but I like the first one better. But let me know what you guys liked. First one or second one? Let me know. And if you like this video, please like it and subscribe because I'm going to be doing a lot more horror movie deep dives. I'm going to be doing reviews, so you don't want to miss that. And I will see you in the next video.